And my happiness is entirely independent from material luxury and comfort. The most important things are dream and love, not Ferrari or Gucci. During my homeless life, I founded my first company and met my fiancée. Second, know whom you are messing with. By definition, entrepreneurs challenge the authority and the establishment. Your competition may be corporate giants, fellow entrepreneurs, or just the old way of doing things. In my previous case, I was messing with the Chinese government. I founded not one, not two, but 3 dissident liberal magazines criticizing Big Brother, especially for the strict control of free speech. In the summer of 2009, I paid $500 on Facebook ads at 5 cents for every 1,000 impressions, thereby creating a total of 10 million Facebook ads to commemorate the 20th anniversary of the taboo event. It was a lost cause from the beginning. My Facebook page, Tankman, got on Fox News, and Facebook got banned in China soon afterward. Third, know the right strategies. Even innocuous things like teaching English to rural poor kids can be harmful to the child's psychology without a sustainable and appropriate model. Here I would like to talk a little bit more about last year's occasion. The event was a gala about social entrepreneurship. 200 students and professionals came to the event, and we had the honor to have the godfather of Chinese venture capital, Dr. Xu Daling, the founder of the first Chinese microchip designing company, Dr. Deng Zhonghan, and one of the first Chinese entrepreneurs in Silicon Valley, Dr. Li Xinpei, to be with us. As a person with the privilege to speak in front of an extraordinary audience, I felt a sense of urgency and responsibility to ensure the dialogue between the student entrepreneurs and the distinguished professionals can continue. With this purpose in mind, I launched my first startup, New Star Magazine. New Star Magazine is a publication that features stories about student entrepreneurship. New Star was meant to not only offer a source of information and inspiration for the student leaders, but also aims to bring together a community of student entrepreneurs, professors, and business professionals. Unfortunately, the magazine did not last long after the first launch party in Beijing. Our team got too large and unstable. There were too many similar magazines, and we were not sustainable financially. However, 2 great things came out of New Star. One was the idea of hosting this competition, and more importantly, the great partnership between me and the co-producer Helen Yang, who was the chief editor for New Star. Made for China Entrepreneurial Pitch Competition is created with the goal of promoting an understanding of the Chinese market while building entrepreneurial skills among Bay Area students. As you know, China is the second largest world economy with 1.3 billion consumers and over 400 million internet users. Last year, 476 companies went public, compared to 154 in the US. Also in 2010, $11 billion in venture capital was raised in China, which is expected to surpass American level this year. Although 3 decades have passed since the market reform of People's Republic of China, the momentum of entrepreneurship has just begun. With the rapid growth of Chinese economy and the increasing number of overseas students, there emerge a number of for-profit, non-profit, and social enterprises established by overseas students, their American classmates, or both together. My fellow students, your unique intelligence and global vision enable you to dedicate to the development of Chinese society and capture this enormous market demand. However, the cultural gaps between the Eastern and Western worlds, the lack of resources, and the immaturity of the Chinese legal system have lost barriers for those passionate but inexperienced entrepreneurs. Such barriers require Herculean efforts from all sides to overcome the challenges and seize the opportunities. Therefore, we believe hosting Made for China Entrepreneurial Pitch Competition is a good starting point to support our young entrepreneurs by connecting them with potential teammates and partners, experienced industry professionals, angel investors, and venture capitalists. Even though the idea was mine, but it was a team of 20 people that turned the idea into reality. Among the 20 of us, 1,201 emails were exchanged between February 21st and today. On average, 18 emails a day. Personally, it was one of my best life experiences to have the honor to work with these individuals. Let's give a huge round of applause to our Made for China team. I would also like to thank Audrey and Marianne, the founders of eFactor, the world's largest social network for entrepreneurs. Thanks to their support, the second Made for China Entrepreneurial Pitch competition is being planned and will include Harvard, MIT, Stanford, as well as 4 top universities in China. Let's thank Audrey and Marianne for their support of our future. In the end, this event is only a beginning. More events, programs, and organizations will be set up in the future to help international entrepreneurs learn more about the Chinese market and to receive assistance to enter it. Essentially, we are here to help you find the solutions to the following questions. Do you have what it takes to be an entrepreneur in China? Do you know whom you are messing with? Have you got the right strategies to tame the dragon and live the passion? Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, honorable guests, and my fellow students.
Welcome to the Made for China Entrepreneurial Pitch Competition,
the largest professional event held by Berkeley Chinese Student and Scholars Association.
And it is our great honor to be your host tonight. My name is Tammy Chen.
My name is Charlie Huang.
I'm Christina Lamontagne.
My name is Tony Sun. Let's start by introducing our distinguished judges. We have Mr. Jonathan Wu and Mr. Jonathan Lee. He's the founder and CEO of the venture, and he's also an angel investor at Thunderhill Angels.
And Ms. Marianne Grayson, who is the COO and co-founder of eFactor.
Next up, I would like to welcome Mr. Jay Chen, Director at Coffee Health Systems and former Executive Director at ISTA.
Mr. Cheng Liu, CEO and founder of Eureka Therapeutics.
Let's also welcome Dr. Leslie Yuan, the Vice President of Vans Info, which is a publicly traded IT outsourcing company in China.
I'm Kevin Warnock, who is the chairman of Silver Office, and we are both mentors at the UC Berkeley Lester Center for Entrepreneurship.
Next up, I would like to give a special thanks to our sponsors. Without them, we would not be here today. So special thanks to Lenovo, Chinese Consulate General, ASUC, eFactor, and Mei Real Estate.
Now let's welcome to the stage the Education Council at the General Consulate of People's Republic of China at San Francisco, Mr. Wei Xia.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Wei Shao from Chinese Consulate General in San Francisco. Please allow me to say some words in Chinese.
大家好，这位是少参，从旧金山走临赶来，然后接下来少参会用中文为大家做一个简短的演讲，然后我在旁边马马虎虎的帮他翻译一下。
非常感谢伯克利中国学生学者联谊会给我们这样一个机会，在这里和大家进行交流。
Firstly, great thanks to the Berkeley Chinese Student Scholar Association to offer this opportunity to gather us together and communicate with each other.
今年的这个创业大会有一个非常好的主题 ，Made for China。
And this great meeting has a very good topic, which is called Made for China.
那么我记得去年呢，就有一个类似的是社会创业的一个活动，就举办得非常成功。
Last year, at the same place here in the I House, we have a similar activity called the Realize Impact Social Entrepreneurs Gala.
今年呢，这个主题呢就专属性更强一些。
And for this year, the topic is more focused on entrepreneurship.
所以我首先呢，祝愿呢这个活动呢能一届一届、一年一年的办下去，形成一个品牌。
So I wish that this program can be continued year by year and finally will become a brand for BCSSA and for students here.
为我们在学的留学生未来的发展创造一个有利的条件。
And will offer a great resource and the opportunities for the student here for your future development.
接下来呢，我非常感到振奋的是，这次呢，我们的联谊会呢，召集了来自中国两岸三地，还有其他国家的留学生一起在这里打擂台。
This time I'm very happy to see that Berkeley Chinese Student Scholar Association can have the ability to gather the students from mainland China, from Taiwan, from Hong Kong, and even the foreign students here to be together, and even the judges from different countries and regions to talk about the topic of entrepreneurship in China.
因为大家呢背井离乡到美国来留学，除了美国的同学之外，在外的留学生应该都是一家人。
For the international students who left their hometowns and come to the U.S. to study, except for the Native American student here, all of those are the same family.
所以我们在考虑创新创业问题的时候，我们应该具有一种国际视野，应该具有一个全球的眼光。
So when we talk about the problems of the entrepreneurship, we should have a sense of globalization.
所以我考虑这里有3个要素，大家需要考虑的，就是我们在为人类。我们为民族，也为我们个人。
So from my point of view, there are 3 factors that we should take into consideration. First is the whole human being, the second is the nation, and third is our individuals.
那么从人类的角度讲，我们现在面临的生存的挑战，简直是太大了。
So from the point of view of the whole human being, we're really facing great challenges for our existence.
包括我们面临的生存环境。我们的食品，我们的能源，包括我们如何应对强大的自然灾害。
Including the problems about environment, the food, and the natural disaster that we are facing.
那么我们去考虑这些问题的时候，它是超出了民族和国界的。
So when we take these problems into consideration, they already surpass the boundaries of the nations.
但是我们还要去考虑我们的民族的延续和发展问题。
But we also need to think about the development of our own nation and country.
因为我们比较方便的是可以回到我们自己的这个祖居地去拿到一些赞助，获得我们这个发展的经济基础。
Because perhaps maybe it's more convenient for us to go back to your own origin to get more resource and support from the government and the sponsors.
那么光讲这2个还不够，我们个人还得有兴趣，自己还得有本领。
Besides the whole human beings and our nation, the most important thing is that the individual, about every one of us, should have the interest and the passion for the entrepreneurship.
那么如何把人类的问题、民族的问题和我们个人的兴趣、能力有机的结合在一起？我想这对我们的创业和创新是很有帮助的。
So if we can solve the problem for integrating these 3 factors together, that would be really helpful to think more positively on the problems of entrepreneurship.
大家也知道，中国现在是充满了发展的机遇。
Now we all know